Alrighty, welcome back everybody to another fantastic episode of the Sammy's and Beer podcast. Live here, back at our usual time on our Thirsty Thursday. We appreciate you all so much for joining us. With me is the ever-gassy Tomas Rincon.
Ever-gassy? I just, recently with this health kick that you have me on.
I don't think it's recently.
It's recent. It's new.
You don't have a gallbladder, so your body doesn't properly function.
Yeah, just doesn't function properly in general.
You don't get the gallbladderness into the body, the secretions from the gallbladder.
What does if you could tell me what the gallbladder secretes, I'll let you have this one.
Bile.
Oh, alrighty.
So let me have that one.
Where does it come from? Let's see if we can keep going.
Where does it come from?
The bile.
The gallbladder.
Mm-mm.
Where does the bile? Where does the bile come from?
Mm-hmm.
The gallbladder.
No.
The large intestine.
No, you're going the opposite direction.
The stomach.
Close.
I don't know what's close to the stomach.
The liver. Your liver produces the bile, and it travels into the gallbladder, and the gallbladder holds the excess bile. And when you eat something that you need the excess bile to help process your foods, it dumps it. It helps you do the thing.
So you just don't hold any excess bile now?
Correct. Actually, if I don't eat frequently enough, then I'll still have problems because it's like a drip of bile into my tummy.
It happens, It does happen. But as Thomas said, we are on our health kick this month. It is Sober October. We've got some fun stuff lined up for everybody for tonight. We're going to be asking some questions about America and what people think with the population versus what actually is.
Okay. Basic questions.
Should be some basic questions, but like interesting questions. And then we're going to touch on a few other maybe current events. I want to get some,
like how I might have worms. We'll touch on that later.
We'll touch on your disgusting insides some more. Thought we covered enough of it already, but I guess not. We're good. We're going to go some more time. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. We do this live most Thursdays, depending on schedule. Believe it or not, we are not paid, so it is around paying gigs.
Wait, you're not getting paid?
Nope.
Oh,
not even a little. So, but we appreciate you all being here for so much. We are going to start off the same way, but different, with some shots. I, due to our health kick, am going to be doing a shot of Synergy kombucha.
So he's never had kombucha before. This is going to be interesting.
I have not. And I'm going to do shots because I'm not just going to try and drink the whole thing.
Well, it could be really good. You could really like it. You like vinegar, right? Pickles and stuff?
Sometimes.
So I actually have health shots that are packaged, and I'm so excited to keep these little balls and make potions for the
Red Fair. Juices. They're just juices.
They're juices.
I'm a little disappointed you got those because I was actually my thought process for this week was going to be to take a shot of a raw egg.
I don't know if I want to do that.
We were gonna Rocky it, and apparently that is Thomas isn't man enough to do it.
It's very bad for you. Don't do it. Don't do it at home.
It's not bad for you. Lots of people eat raw eggs.
Anyways, I actually might get some pasteurized eggs. So
you have a 19,999% or out of 20,000 eggs of getting a good one that doesn't have salmonella. I'm pretty sure you have a higher chance of getting salmonella going to a restaurant than eating a raw egg. I guarantee it.
You can ask Bubbles with the whole Cane's chicken thing.
I don't know what that means, but
a good friend of ours got salmonella poisoning from Cane's chicken.
But how do you even tell? Like, there's no test for salmonella, is there? I mean,
I think you can cultivate
it's basically food poisoning.
It's extreme food poisoning because it can kill you.
Yeah, but for most healthy people, it
doesn't.
makes you sick for a few days.
For a while. Like, it takes a while
They
for it to
said-
come out of your system.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously everybody's different, you know.
Especially since I don't think he went to the hospital for it, so it was a while.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, let's do this because I'm curious to see how these taste. Should I take the green one or the orange one first?
well, do you want good or bad first? Because green is always bad.
Green is
Nothing nothing green ever comes out good.
I think there's apple and pear in it.
What color is the hot salsa?
This looks like salsa.
Green.
Both salsas are hot. All hot salsas are different colors.
Yeah, but usually they warn you about the green ones. They don't have to warn you about the red ones.
I guess so. More tomato. That makes sense. Well, let's go green first, but you go first.
All right.
Don't smell it.
But it's just apples and pears.
It's not. It's more.
We're doing shots 4. So, my shot is going to be for all the kids that take sports seriously when they're younger, who want to participate. I enjoy them a lot more than the kids who are there because their parents want them out of the house for an hour. So, kids that show up to sports, I like you. Cheers to you.
I think it's more than who shows up and more like who actively wants to be there.
Ooh, that is weird. That is a weird.
But it's like
I didn't expect it to be carbonated for one.
yeah, well, it's naturally carbonated. There's not
But it
soda
is-
water in it, you know.
There is a lot of vinegar flavor.
That's what usually turns a lot of people off because it's very like feet-y. Feet.
I don't know if I'd say feet, but okay.
Vinegar for some reason reminds me of feet.
I guess I don't have a foot fetish, so
Like them toes. So my shot for today is going to go to Edwin Elijah Perkins.
Edwin Elijah Perkins.
The man, the myth, and the legend. Matt, do you know who he is?
No?
He is the inventor of the best soft drink to ever hit the States. Ever. The inventor of Kool-Aid. Thank you, Mr. Perkins. I appreciate you. I'm drinking your substance right now to wash this down. It looks like salsa. It's chunky.
It made a big gurgle.
Huh. A lot of lime in it.
You like lime?
I love lime, so that just... It was good. I was afraid. I'm not going to lie to you. But you can taste the lime. It makes it sour, but like I like that. So
Fair enough.
sweet. It is chunky, though. It was like drinking salsa.
Texture's a big thing.
It can be. This one is supposed to help with inflammation.
All right. Shots against.
I can't wait till we have alcohol again.
Yeah. We're 12 days in.
I know. I think about it at least once a day.
Once a day.
Except when I'm on shift.
Fair enough. My shot against. My shot against is to adults who have full-time jobs, families, things like that, but are way too into stupid sports. Not even stupid sports, because it's mainly 2 sports that I know of.
Okay.
Maybe it's different in different cultures. People that play golf all the time and bowling. Those
are
two
not
seem
bad
to be.
sports.
I'm not saying they're bad sports. I'm saying that there are people who take it to extremes, and I find it ridiculous. We were at a soccer game last spring. There was a dad who brought his warm-up golf club and was on the sidelines practicing swinging instead of watching his kid play soccer.
It's a little weird. It's a little much.
I get having a hobby, go do it, a couple times a month, something like that. But I think there's people that take it to extreme, just like there is with bowling. I know people who used to bowl 5 nights a week.
That's extreme. Well, they have good pizza and beer.
They do not. Pizza's not good. It's frozen. And beer is beer. You can get cheap beer anywhere. So, go fuck yourself.
What's your favorite pizza?
I can't say I have a favorite pizza. I like a lot of different pizzas.
You seem like a meat guy. Like you get the Meat Lovers Deluxe.
Not usually.
Learning something
One of
new
my
every day.
One of my favorite pizzas is a taco pizza.
Okay.
I love taco pizza.
I guess that makes. I like hamburger pizza.
Yeah, I'll do just if I had a choice of one topping on a pizza, it would probably be hamburger. I like pepperoni, but I'd prefer a hamburger.
I prefer chicken, but continue.
Just chicken?
Well, as a topping, you get the cheese and the sauce and everything, right? That's fine.
Yeah,
and then chicken.
But then I've never done that. That sounds really weird.
It's actually
chicken's super bland.
It's season the fucking chicken. It's.
I like a barbecue chicken or a buffalo chicken.
See what that takes. I like the pizza. It's like a chicken parmesan when you think about it. It's got all the same ingredients, just in a different format.
I suppose. I've never tried just chicken.
I like chicken,
but then I would if I had to pick one pizza that I could probably eat all the time, it would be Casey's breakfast pizza.
That's good pizza. I can't even argue with it. That's the whole reason I'm okay with weird pizzas is because of Casey's breakfast pizza, and that's a Midwestern thing. They don't have that down here.
Oh, breakfast pizza is so good. You use that nacho cheese sauce as the base, and then some scrambled eggs.
Some picante sauce. The packets they have in there for other stuff. Throw that some bitch on there.
You don't even need to.
You do.
You don't need to. It's good by itself.
I mean, it is good by itself, but it's tasty. By the way, you barely scrape by. Kombucha has alcohol in it.
It does?
Because it's fermented, yeah. However, it has under the legal limit to sell as a non-alcoholic beverage.
Oh, well.
1.2% is the limit, and it's got 0.5 to 0.9.
So it's like mouthwash.
Yeah, kind of. I think mouthwash might be stronger, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But homemade ones could go like a beer. Because it's what it is. It's fermented stuff. That's what kombucha is.
All right. Oh.
You're welcome. But my favorite pizza, dude, and it was turned on to me by Holly, and it is my favorite pizza to this day. Anywhere I go, I will get this pizza if they have it. A margarita pizza. Just if I could put chicken on it too. But margarita pizza. You know what that is? Have you had one before?
Nope.
So,
I've heard of it, but I've never eaten it.
It's, the mozzarella slices instead of the shredded mozzarella and tomato slices and a lot of basil. It's just a really fresh, tasty pizza.
Doesn't sound good to me.
It still has, it's a cheese pizza with extra tomatoes, basically, and basil and garlic.
Yeah. Again, doesn't sound good.
And then I throw chicken on it. It's delicious. Whatever, pizza boy. All right.
How am I pizza boy? You're asking me the question.
And this is kind of going to be a little thing. I got a new job recently, and I've been loving it. Right? Specifically, I think the big thing for me is I like my coworkers a lot. I get along with them really well. I hang out with them outside of work, which is what I've never done before in my entire life, besides the military, right? Any other job I've ever had, I've never hung out with people outside of work. I never liked anyone I worked with enough to be like, yeah, let's go grab beers or whatever. Never. So that has completely changed. Actually, we're all going to go play D&D, go to a legit haunted place for a tour, and then go eat Brazilian for one of my coworkers' birthdays.
There's no such thing as a legit haunted place.
Well,
'Cause
shut
ghosts
up.
aren't real.
Shut up. So I'm just really excited. Actually, I'm probably going to have to take that off because it's a surprise. He actually has a link to the website, so I might have to edit that piece down. But I really like the fact that I hang out with them and that I enjoy hanging out with them. I know you, like Grant, you've made friends while you work, but I've never had this before. So this shot is against hostile workplaces that make you not want to be friends with your coworkers, because I've been to places like that and I hate the place so much that the people could be great, but I just want to get the fuck out of there and I don't want to have anything to do with it. So this is to all of those fucking places that suck, those corporate fucks. I don't know. You know what I mean? I felt like the guy from Wanted in the beginning, where he hated his life for the majority of my life, and now I feel happy. Oh,
you are so extreme with your emotions.
yeah.
You just.
That's really good. Like, I would drink this as a juice just to.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
So you drink it as what it is?
I drink it like in a jug. Like, probably give me the squirts, but it's got a lot of lime in it too. They know how to get to me. And I'm going to save these and get little corks from them and like make blue and red mana and health potions for the Ren Fair.
You know what's really weirding me out right now with the kombucha?
What?
There's a guy that we go play cards at his house, and he will just sit and drink kombucha. He gave up drinking. And that's what he sits and drinks.
It's supposed to make you feel some sort of way.
I don't think I could be doing that. Ooh.
Just chug the whole thing and see if you feel any different.
How would I feel different?
I don't know. People say kombucha changes your life. Change your life.
I don't need to change my life that bad.
I'm going to see if these work for me. They tasted really good. So
The only big change that I would make in my life is if we were taking shots of raw eggs. You wanted to be a little bitch?
If you want to do it next week, we can do it.
I brought it up for this week, and you decided to go buy other stuff.
I don't want to get sick before drill, but it will be after drill, so I'll do it. It's fine. So what do you got planned today? Because you talked it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, let's I got to get it pulled up here. Oh, I need to turn my volume way down. All right. So this was a poll that was done, asked of Americans about Americans.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a list of statements, and before I give the answer, I guessed last night. I actually went through and did this with my wife. We were sitting on the couch together, and I thought it was cool. And so I was like, hey, we should do this on the podcast. And so I'm going to ask you the questions. And before I reveal the actual answer, I'll tell you you tell me what you guessed. I'll tell you what I guessed last night, if I can remember it.
Okay.
And we'll kind of, discuss from there.
Okay.
So it's about what percentage of the American population something applies to.
So I'll just give a percentage number.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So what percentage of the American population do you think lives in New York City?
1%.
1%?
Maybe 2.
2?
Yeah.
I guessed 5 last night.
Okay.
The true answer is 3%. So you were right there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I knew it's high. 2% of our population is a fucking ton.
Yeah, and it's 3%. So it's a lot of people live there.
That's millions of people. Yeah.
Do you know what the American average guess was?
20%.
30.
God damn.
They thought 3 out of 10 people lived in fucking New York City.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Like 3 out of 100 is still a fuck ton of people to live in one city.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's big and it's well known, but 30% is fucking too much of anything.
Well, and like, I just, I'm not a big city person, but I don't understand why all those people live there.
I don't either. I get the culture. I've seen stuff and I've met New Yorkers, and it's like a very, like, Texas pride is a thing where, like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Texas. Like, it's a thing. New York,
yeah, of course.
New Yorker pride is also a thing, but it's more regulated to like neighborhoods too. I'm from this neighborhood. I'm from over here.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's a pride thing, even though they're kind of not the best. So
they're terrible. And they, like, the other thing that I don't understand is, like, they don't actually produce anything for the world other than entertainment.
Some, I'm sure they do stuff
in New York City.
I'm sure.
Like what?
Did you know that they have some of the best drinking water in the United States?
Because people are so fucking bored, they have nothing better to do than boil water and then filter it and then boil it and filter it and boil it and filter it.
Because the drinking water comes from Niagara. Like, it is, like, the tap water is fucking awesome in New York City.
Okay.
You're welcome. Which is why their pizza tastes so good.
Is that why?
Mm-hmm. It's the dough.
And you just need to get...
And it's an iconic place, and there's big businesses that are there. So, like, I mean, production-wise, probably not a lot, but industry-wise, there's probably a lot. And it's a port. I can bet you anything, a lot of materials get shipped through New York.
I'm not saying things don't get shipped through there, but I'm saying that they don't produce anything.
They produce lawyers and businessmen. I don't know.
Yep.
Stocks. Shit I don't know anything about.
Exactly.
All right. Continue. Let's go. What's the next one?
Well, I mean, we got time to kill, so we need to, talk these out. And
yeah, New York bores me.
What percentage of the American population do you think is obese?
At least 25%, if not more.
25?
25.
So, do you want to know the American answer first, or the American guess first?
The American
or
guess.
the real answer?
The American guess.
American guess was 56%.
That's a big percent.
What did you say?
25.
I think I had guessed 40.
Mm-hmm.
The true answer is 42%.
God damn.
Which, I don't know. I always find those, like, when they say obese, like, don't get me wrong, I know I'm obese now. But, like, even when I was, like, in my prime, like 1920, I was 5'10" and, like, 180, 190 pounds, and I was fit.
Mm-hmm.
That was considered obese.
Yeah, the standard
because
is
my
fucked.
weight was I was supposed to weigh like 160 pounds. I would have been fucking skin and bone at 160 pounds.
Exactly.
And so, like, while they say, like I said, I just think those standards are completely fucked for what they consider somebody to be healthy at.
I agree. I know I'm way overweight, and I feel great.
Like, well, you look like a guy like Joe Rogan. Do you think Joe Rogan's in good shape?
Yeah, I think so. But he's definitely overweight.
He's like 5'8", 200 pounds. But he fucking does jujitsu for like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, he's
like, there's nobody in better shape than that guy at his age.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a thing. And it's a stigma in the military too, which they've changed a lot of the regulations for it. Because you had these guys that were just bodybuilders, right? They were just fucking massive. And they were failing their PT test because they weren't getting the waist measurement or body mass index, whatever, was failing them. Even though they were, 100% on everything else, they were still failing. So they had to completely like redo that because of just
so
that stigma.
stupid.
Now, granted, there is obese and overweight and unhealthy.
Of course.
Like, the standard needs to change like a little bit.
A lot of it.
It's got to give a little bit. And you actually have a lot of women underweight. You have a lot of women who are underweight.
Yeah.
It's very common. Just it is what it is. It's because of girl dinner.
Girl dinner? I don't know, but sure.
You know what girl dinner is?
No.
You're on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Should we go on to the next one?
No, girl dinner is like eating high carb appetizers for dinner. So like, and I've done this for Holly. I do it for her birthday every year, where I go to her favorite places and get the things that she likes. So she likes appetizers. She likes fucking chips and queso, mozzarella sticks, fried ravioli, fried calamari, like that kind of stuff, right? I get her a bunch of them from a bunch of different places, and I give it to her on a platter. And that's
don't they get cold?
I mean, I have the air fryer, but yeah, they do get a little cold. It's the thought, but yeah. I usually throw it in the oven and let it heat up, and it's just it's a whole thing. But she loves it, right? She fucking tears it up, and like, I guess that's just a common thing, and it's a common thing in women that I've dated it was pointed out to me, and I was like, well, fuck. I knew girls that would eat buttered noodles for dinner, or chips and protein bars for dinner. You know what I mean? Just high carb.
Chip and protein bars?
Mm-hmm. More than one girl.
It's a weird combination.
They're fucking weird. It's a whole trend. And then there's the trend of man dinner or boy dinner.
What's that?
Steak.
Meat and potatoes?
Yeah. Just but to you and I, we're just like, yeah, it sounds like a great fucking dinner.
Yeah, that's like the best meal ever is meat and potatoes.
But
and I don't care what kind of meat. I don't care what kind of meat it is, and I don't care how you prepare the potatoes. You can scallop them, you can mash them, you can fry them, you can cut them up into pieces and fry them. You can julienne them. Do whatever you want with the potatoes, and you can do whatever you want with the meat. You can grill it, you can air fry it, you can deep fry it, you can smoke it. It's all going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Boy dinner.
The only thing that makes it bad is when you make me eat a vegetable on the side.
See, I don't mind the vegetable if I can have hot sauce.
You know, I read an article that said that vegetables are actually trying to kill us.
Finally.
Like, they produce, I think it was arsenic or something like that, in like small amounts because they don't want to be eaten. You know, they're...
God, the vegans are fucked if the vegetables get sentience.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I saw the best video today. It made me so happy. It was a vegetarian who hadn't had meat in 5 years, and it was one of those vegetarians that was a girl and she was like 12. Somebody told her how like meat was made, like where meat came from, and she's like, oh, I'm not doing this. So she quit eating meat for 5 years, and then it was her first bite of actual meat after 5 years. She was so happy.
We were made to eat meat. I would be happy too. Fuck.
Just the sheer joy on her face. Like, why didn't I eat this for the last 5 fucking years?
5 years wasted. Get that girl a ribeye.
I don't care how cute you are. You're delicious.
Meat is delicious. It is. The bones are delicious. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Every part is delicious. Mm-hmm. I have no complaints. I will always eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
Eating more pork now, I've noticed for myself.
It's a good lean meat. I try to eat a lot of chicken.
It's cheaper than everything else is right now. So I've been eating a lot of smothered pork chops, breaded pork chops, pork loin. I buy the loin and I do cutting myself now. Saw the video. I read an article about it. So
nice. Yeah.
But yeah, chicken and pork. I don't buy as much beef because it's just so fucking expensive.
But it's so good.
It is. I had some today. I mean, sopa de fideo with little cube steaks.
Nice. I want to figure out, I don't remember what kind of tacos they are, but you deep fry or like fry pork shoulder in lard. I've seen some videos on
That
it.
sounds delicious.
I know. And then you make like tacos out of them.
Hell yeah. Anything in lard. Tortillas have lard.
Yeah.
The good ones, at least.
All right. Next question. What percentage of Americans do you think are transgender?
5%.
That's actually what I guessed was 5%.
Oh,
Do you want to know the true answer first or the American guess?
the American guess.
American guess was 21%.
That's too many.
1 out of 5.
That's too many.
The true answer is 1%.
Checks out.
And it's actually, I think, less than 1%.
Probably.
Like that's rounding up.
It's not as prevalent as everyone thinks it is. It's just the ones that do it are very loud about doing it. So it's out there.
And that's exactly, there's so much media coverage. It's such a small percentage of the population that it affects.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that it affects are just screaming at the top of their lungs.
And there's a lot to be said. There's actual, I wouldn't say diseases, but there's actual medical documentation since like before any of this shit took off about a certain point in development where the brain doesn't function the same. So it's literally the brain of a woman and the body of a man. Like that is a diagnosed medical condition. Like it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that. But there's a lot of people doing it for like, I don't know what the reasons are. I don't really care, and it's getting to be a little much because I don't give a shit realistically.
No.
So, just I don't know. It's weird, but I do have that information that it's about the diagnosis. So it's like I want to put that one out there.
Yeah, I don't care enough to have any opinion on it.
I only knew that because it was talked about in my lifespan growth and development class in college.
Fair enough.
In 2014, before all this stuff picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It's I don't know. It's weirdness.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I think people have been doing it for a long time. It's just now they just want to tell everybody else about it. I mean, how long has RuPaul been around for?
I don't know who that is.
They are a very famous drag queen.
Oh. Cool.
Pretty sure they have their own show now, but I can remember that name from when I was in high school.
Maybe it was before my time then. I don't know.
So,
what that is.
I'm pretty sure that's the right name, but I could be wrong too. All right. Next question. What percentage of American adults have at least a high school degree?
72%.
72%. I believe I guessed around 60 for this one.
Okay. America's answer?
America's answer is 65%.
I was close. I was real close.
Mm-hmm.
It's less than I thought, though, and that makes me sad. I was lowballing.
You want to know what the true answer is?
What?
89%.
Awesome. All right, that's good. That's a positive thing.
That's a lot. That's a really good number.
I'll take
Like
that.
judging by movies like Lean on Me, I had always assumed
And I
that
think
it was super low.
I bet you anything it's gone up
You know,
over the decades.
yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that's actually really fucking good. Not like the barrier of entry to get a high school diploma is hard at this point in time, though, either. No kid left behind, you know.
Well, but it's, I don't know, it's not like it proves anything other than you know how to sit in a classroom and memorize something.
Yeah.
I mean, does a high school diploma really show any true form of intelligence other than you're able to sit and listen?
Not really. You know, A squared plus B squared equals fucking C squared. I tell you what, that's about it. Yeah, it just depends on your education system.
That's actually a useful thing too if you do carpentry at all.
I do think schools should be more designated to your career, but when you're a kid, you don't like. You're a teenager, you don't know what you're gonna be. You know, it changes so many times. I'm a fucking
adult and I don't know what you're an adult and you don't know what you're gonna be.
Nope.
So, like, why not teach people about a bunch of different shit that's useful?
That's useful is the big thing.
You know, well, but there's a lot of things that no matter what you have in life. All right, what is up with this? No matter what you do in life, home economics, I think, is a class that everybody should learning how to cook some basic things. Yep. I did too. Learn how to cook some basic things, fry an egg,
make a grilled cheese,
things like that. So,
yeah,
simple stuff. You know, auto mechanics should also be a class.
Shop class
that everybody should shop, and also woodworking. Learning how to.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I think for home, I mean, you could even make it into like a basic home improvement type class.
I think that's a little better. Teach someone how to change like the drainage tap on a sink, you know?
Yeah. Change out your P-trap or
a million things that you should know how to do around your house. A lot of people don't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so many people don't. And I mean, I personally think woodworking would be a good thing, you know, because it can be a skill, you know.
It can be. I think you should also get the opportunity to learn a trade when you're in school, and I think that is a thing. I think there are schools now where you do learn a trade at the end of it.
Yeah, there are some.
I think that's.
But it's more. But it's not standard. It's more of like a hey, if you want to specialize in this, you can go to this alternative high school.
And a lot of kids aren't going to want to do that because they recognize that it's going to be more work. You know what I mean? They don't have they don't want to do that. I know I sure shit probably didn't want to as a kid, teenager.
No.
Fuck no.
But I don't know. I think everybody'd be better off as opposed to just going and learning American history and.
Now, I do think we do need to learn our history, right?
I'm not saying we don't need to learn some history.
I said our history.
I'm saying some history.
Well, and here in Texas, there's Texas history too. That's a class.
I believe it.
It's awesome. It's the shit. No, it's schools are just that whole system's a little fucky right now.
But I also don't think that art classes.
I think you should have the option, but it's not.
I think there's an option, but like everybody goes, oh, there's no money for the arts. Yeah, that's because nobody fucking cares about them.
Not really.
Like, why do we need to teach this stuff in school? If your kid wants to paint and stuff, let them fucking paint at home. They want to color, let them color at home. Nobody stops them.
Unless they have like a really mean dad that's like, no son of mine's going to learn how to draw.
Right? You know, they want to play an instrument, let them play an instrument at home.
I think it's the barrier of entry for those things, though, can be a little expensive. Especially the music part. That can be really expensive.
Singing is free.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like symphony instruments. That's a lot.
And it's pointless.
No. Because symphony instruments make a difference in movies, and I stand by that.
Symphony instruments make a difference in movies.
Yeah, like How to Train Your Dragon, the whole theme is a symphony. And it just sounds amazing. And it works well with the movie.
So I'm going to counter that. What's the best movie soundtrack you can think of?
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best one you can think of?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you one, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's better. And it has no symphony in it.
What is it?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wait, it's good.
Oh, it's the best soundtrack there is out there.
There's just something about a symphony in in like a space battle or a flight battle, or there's just something about it, man. Makes a difference.
Really, because they have they started changing like everything from like different movies into like symphony music, or did they change Star Wars scenes into the Guardians of the Galaxy music?
So one's easier to do than the other, my friend.
Oh, is that what it is?
It is. It's a lot of skill.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does. Mm-hmm.
They actually have movie screenings now where you sit in an amphitheater and the symphony's at the bottom part of the row, and they're playing, looking at you playing, and the movie's playing, and they're playing the symphony scene, like the symphony parts of that movie, and it is so fucking cool. I want to go to one of those, but I like that. That's something that I dig.
I think there's actually a different name for it, and they're called plays
But it's the movie's playing. It's
or
not a play.
musicals.
It's not a musical because the movie's on the screen. The symphony's
Oh.
just playing at the same time. It's really good. At least it looks good.
What percentage of Americans do you think make over $1 million per year?
6%.
You think 6% of Americans make over $1 million a year?
6%, yeah, if not lower.
I believe I had guessed 2%.
Mm-hmm.
The American guess, everybody thinks that it is 20%.
That's a lot.
1 out of 5. The true answer is less than 0.5%.
Oh shit. Well, I was trying to lowball it. I guess I'm kind of thinking in the 6-figure range, not necessarily in the 7-figure range. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's 6 figures. 7 figures is, there's not a lot of people that make $1 million plus a year.
That's fair. That's a lot of money. It's not as much money as you think it is, but it's still a lot of money.
It can be a lot of money. It just depends on how you spend it. 6 figures a year can be a lot of money, but it also can be a very small amount of money. If you're making $100,000 a year and you're driving a $100,000 car and live in $1 million house, you ain't got no money.
Exactly. It's what you do with it, how you use it, what you find important, what do you find value in? Because I personally I like cars, but I don't like cars enough to spend that much money on a car. There's just there's no car on the planet. I could be the fucking Batmobile and I still wouldn't want it for that much money.
The Batmobile might be a different
It
situation.
needs to have if the guns work, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like all these supercars and stuff, I don't give a shit.
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
I find it ridiculous. I see people driving around in like all these Suburbans and Tahoes and stuff now, and I've seen what they're going for. Like a Suburban's average price is like $90,000.
They're crazy expensive.
And I'm like, that's how much, that's like half of my house.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like $1,000, $1,200 a month if you're not putting any money down. Who in the fuck is making these payments?
I don't know.
And there's a ton of them out there.
There are.
There's just a fuck ton of them.
I personally couldn't justify it at that price point. Just get a minivan and like anything else. Like I don't know with the money that you save from that.
Because that thing is worth half of that in 2 years.
Yeah, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already down like $10,000.
It's buzzonkers.
So I've never. My mom. It's funny because my mom loves Tahoes, and she had one in the early 2000s, and she loved it. She drove it into the earth, and she said she'll never get another one because it's just not worth it.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one. What percentage of American people do you think own a gun?
70%.
70%?
70%. It's probably way less than that, but 70%.
So the American guess was 54%.
Okay.
Although I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I believe this true answer because I don't think this is a question that you can ever actually get 100% honest answer from.
That's just like making the $1 million a year. You can't get an honest answer from that either.
You can look at tax returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, but selling
so you can
drugs,
get. Yeah.
doing business under the table, like
I get there's going to be small exceptions, but I also know a lot of gun owners will not admit to anything, which you shouldn't.
yeah, hell no.
You should tell nobody, and you never ask that question either. But the true answer in this said 32%.
There's no way.
1 out of 3.
Yeah, when you say it like that, yeah, okay.
You know,
That makes more sense. Yeah. Now, if the question was who has access to a gun, I think it would be significantly higher. But yeah, okay.
so what did you say there?
I said I think the percentage would jump up exponentially if you said like who has access to a gun, as opposed to who owns one. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's still bananas to me.
Yeah. The people who own them just have a lot of them.
In Texas, there's still a drive-through gun store / liquor store.
Nice.
It's fucking awesome. It grandfathered in because you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I would imagine not.
But it got grandfathered in. It just has to be like kind of separated. But yeah, it's really cool. And we have drive-through gun stores.
That's weird. Why would you want a drive-through gun store?
I don't know, but it's a gimmick and it's
I
funny.
I could see like if it was a drive-through ammo store,
Oh, that'd be nice. I mean, you can get ammo.
that would make sense. But like if I'm buying a gun, like I want to go in and look around at it and like pick it up and hold it. And
I always wanted to start a business that was a tuxedo suit company, right? Store / gun store, but only sold sidearms with like different concealed carry options for your formal attire. Maybe even branch into the informal, like the business cash, you know?
yeah, there's a lot of high demand for people in suits to conceal carry.
You never know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those goofy things. Oh, God.
All right. This is an interesting one, and it actually is quite relevant with stuff that's going on right now in the world. What percentage of the American population do you think is Muslim?
12.
12?
12.
Okay. I believe I had guessed in a similar range. I think I had said somewhere around 10. American guess was 27%.
That's super big.
That's 1 out of 4 people. You know what the actual answer is?
What?
You're good. I was waiting for you.
Yeah. What's the actual answer?
The actual answer is 1%.
That checks out.
Yeah.
It's a popular religion. Again, it goes into like the whole like how loud they are, you know, about the religion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like whatever the predominant religion in China is has to be up there percentage wise. And I don't really know if it's like Taoism, Buddhism, Christianity. It's, you know, they've.
Well, did you know that English is the most spoken language on the earth now?
It should be with trade. Yeah.
I always thought it was
Chinese. Yeah.
Mandarin Chinese.
That's a good.
But I looked it up and they said that it's now like English is like the top now.
That's good.
I mean, it makes sense.
Good for us. It's not an easy language either, though. Like,
well, it's so stupid.
It's so super dumb.
And the worst part is, like, I don't speak another language, so I can't say that other languages are super smart, though, either.
I can say with full certainty that Korean is an easier, simpler language than English is. specifically American English.
Well, but does simpler mean better though?
I mean, it gets the job done.
Does it?
Yeah. I like the Korean language, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what I was told when I was learning it, is that the Japanese people, like the Empire of Japan, made the Korean language for stupid people because they thought the Koreans were stupid.
That is the best thing I've heard.
I don't know if that's true or not, but learning the language, it's definitely like it's pretty simple. It's if you want to learn a language, I recommend learning Korean because of how simple it is.
So you want me to learn the stupid people language?
But it's a good language. It's fun, like, and it's simple. And then you could be like, I'm bilingual. Like, I know 2 languages.
I don't want to be one of those people. I really, my dislike for, like, I like the spoken word, but I hate the rules and everything behind the written word. American literature is fucking just the stupidest thing to me.
I mean, it's not terrible.
It's stupid. It's just made up rules.
Well, all rules are made up.
No. Gravity's not a made up rule.
But is gravity real?
Yeah.
But we're in a simulation, so
yeah, it's a program that works,
which would make it
all
a rule,
of the time.
Which would mean someone made it up because someone made the simulation. So it's a made up.
But
rule.
it applies all the time.
It's a made up rule. Someone made.
That's
it
if
up.
you think we're in a simulation. If we're in a simulation, then everything is made up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you think we're in a simulation, then that's fine. Then yeah, you can say whatever you want. But the rules around language are made up by humans on this earth who were fucking dumb.
I mean, I don't think it's that dumb. I think some stuff
It's pretty dumb.
But not.
It's pretty dumb.
Because you've got to have semantics, and you've got to have. I mean, you have to.
Even our alphabet doesn't make sense.
When does our alphabet not make sense?
There are letters that we don't need, and there are letters that should be there that aren't.
Okay, what letter do we not need?
Probably most of them at the end.
Okay.
Q doesn't need to be a letter.
Quebec, quinoa. Come on.
Yeah.
Q is a pretty important word. Quiet.
Q shouldn't be there because Q always has to be followed by U. So the letter should be QU.
Does it always have to be followed by U?
99% of the time, Q is followed by a U.
I didn't know that.
So it should just be one letter.
Well, all I'm saying is if we got rid of Z, the 90s would have been super boring. So.
Why?
Because every boy band had a Z at the end of their name. What letters do we need, Matt? Because you're like, oh, we need letters. What more letters do you want?
We could have letter TH could be just its own letter.
But it's just two words. It's 2 letters.
It doesn't need to be.
Why add more rules? You're just complaining about the rules. You're trying to add more.
How would that add more rules?
Because there are already 2 letters. 2 important letters.
Okay. Why do we have 2 letters that make the same sound?
Which ones?
C and K.
That is true. You got me on that one.
There's no point for both of them.
Kangaroo. Yeah? No? Okay. You got me there. Keep K. C's kind of weird looking. I'd like to keep K.
You know?
Oh, because of the ch sound. Like Charlie. Like chair.
Why couldn't you just have it be a K?
Care. Because the K doesn't make the ch sound. It makes the K the k sound.
It only does it because of what you want it to do.
But it doesn't seem right. It does
because your brain has been taught otherwise.
Kangaroo, Charlie, cooking utensil. Yeah, no. It's about mouth feel. It's all about the umami. So, as you were.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't have worms. I wanted to clear that one out before we we get too close.
I'll be able to rest easy tonight,
Yeah.
knowing that.
My doctor was like, maybe. And then I did the appointment, and he's like, no. It's like, okay, cool. They also checked my thyroid.
Sweet.
Then I told him I stopped drinking alcohol, and he's like, that's why you lost weight. And I'm like, yep. He's like, never mind.
How often why did you go to the doctor?
I had to do it for some military stuff
Oh.
because of all the things. So I went to the dentist too. Do you like the dentist?
No,
Why not?
I don't like the doctor either.
Why not?
Because all they want to do is get my money.
I mean, I guess.
100%.
I think my experience with healthcare professionals and yours are vastly different because it doesn't matter to me.
Maybe.
I don't have a copay. Like,
Yeah.
they don't get my money, I guess. Technically. Not in the way that they get your money.
Yeah, they get my money.
Didn't think about it like that, actually.
Tell him to bring out the lobster.
Yeah, that's what they do when they see me coming in.
Get the lobster?
Yep.
I mean,
I don't know. I think they have good purposes, but I think that people way over abuse them, which is why our healthcare system is
Oh, yeah.
terrible. And it's also gone to, it doesn't matter what's actually wrong with you. It's about what your insurance will pay for, which
I mean, mine pays for everything, so I don't know.
it doesn't. Like, did you know when your doctor thinks something's wrong with you, in order for them to be able to run a test, they have to prove to the insurance company that test needs to be run, so that way the insurance company will reimburse them for it.
I didn't.
Aren't you a nurse?
I mean, I don't deal with this bullshit, dude.
Bullshit. This is how the American fucking healthcare system works.
There's admin people that have little laptops on a little tray with wheels. They roll around and they do all that. That's them. That's their job. They actually get paid really well for it.
Yeah, we have to have a separate fucking person that we've got one person that deals with the patient and one person that just speaks to insurance companies.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on the phone a lot. You know what we don't do in the military, on base, in the hospital? Any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably do. I mean,
I don't think so.
I saw a thing. It was with a pharmacist. It was an article. And this pharmacist said he was talking about some drug, and he goes, I get this drug, and he goes, and I can get it, and it costs me $2. I sell it for $4 if you don't have insurance. If you come in and tell me you have insurance, though, I immediately have to run your insurance card, and you now have a $10 copay. Same exact medication, but because I ran it through insurance, and I'm not legally allowed to tell you what I pay for it or anything like that, you give me a $10 copay, and then I have to send $7 to the insurance company.
That's so weird.
It's gag laws.
Yeah.
It's fucking robbery.
It is robbery. I'll give you that.
100%. We're going to go down a rabbit hole if I keep talking about this,
Okay.
and I don't think we need to go there. We're getting close to the end, and we've got a few more questions to get to.
All right, rapid fire. Go, 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 go.
I can't rapid fire because I have to watch the TikTok and tell you the questions. So, what percentage of Americans do you think have read a book in the last year?
64%.
64?
Yeah.
I think I had guessed around 50.
Mhm.
That's the actually American guess is 50. The true answer is 77%. Which I think about it, there's a lot of older people, and older people really enjoy reading.
I like reading. You like listening. That's close enough.
Not reading.
It's the same. It's the same premise.
It's the same premise, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Ooh, you'll like this one. What percentage of Americans do you think are military veterans?
2%.
2%?
Yep.
Well, the American guess was 40%.
That's not, no.
No, that is not the correct answer. It might have been after World War II and we had the draft.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, even then it wasn't, because half of the people
At
were
least
women.
50%.
And so the actual answer is 6% of the American population are veterans.
That's still pretty good. I still got pretty
Yeah,
close.
that's. What percentage of Americans do you think identify as either gay or lesbian?
12.
12? That's a high number. The American guess was 30%. So apparently 3 out of every 10 people.
No.
The true answer, 3%.
It's not as prevalent, again, as people think it is. Like it's...
So all the LGBTQ stuff that we have out there is dealing with roughly 3 to 4% of the population.
Yeah, and not even, because half of the people in the LGBTQ plus community aren't vocal about it. They're just living their lives.
Yeah. I found that kind of bonkers. So that was the last one, though.
That's a good one to end off.
I thought they were fun, kind of some informative of what people think and what actual numbers are, as far as,
Well, yeah, percentages. A lot of people, I think, just don't grasp the idea of it and how big a percent really is in encompassing, like, our population. We have a fucking massive population.
Yeah. 380 million?
Something like that. That sounds about right. I don't know. You could have said 400, 800 million. I would have been like, yeah, that sounds right.
Well, it's 380 million.
You could have, anything under a billion, I would have been like, yeah. Which there's a huge difference. But
Which, the craziest part, I think, about the 380 million is that 4 out of 5 people live in the East Coast. 80% of the population lives basically from, I think it's like South Dakota. Like if you go Sioux Falls to Omaha to Kansas City, 80% of the population lives east of that line.
yeah, I could see that.
20% lives west of it. And that's including LA, San Diego, and San Francisco.
And those are the heavy hitters for the 20%.
Those are huge.
Well, that's a lot of untamed land, which is why I want to go there. I want to live there.
There's nothing out there.
I mean, there's half desert, like,
Yeah.
and then the other half is untamed wilderness. So it's like, yeah, I want to be out there. That's where I want to be. That's just a personal thing. And I've really been thinking about it. Like, what do I have to do financially to do that? And I realized I probably, unless I win the lottery, it's not going to happen.
Did you try?
I did.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I didn't
For
get
like
nothing.
3 nights, I won $0. I've lost $50 because of the Powerball.
Someone in San Antonio actually won $1 million. He got every number besides one right.
God, I'd be so mad.
I mean, he was still pretty happy. He still got $1 million bucks. Like,
But
he was like on the south side too.
You also missed out on like 760 other million.
Yeah.
So
But I do want to talk about one last thing before we go. And we've talked about it a little bit before, but communal living.
Mhm.
I am really, as I get older, I am really more and more down for it. And
we've talked about it before within the last 6 months. What do you mean as you get older?
I don't know, just as
In the
as
last
time
6
has
months?
progressed, yeah. My interest went from like a 4 to like a 7 in the last 6 months. And I'm looking, and it's doable. I'm coming to find out. And I think I'm going to see what I have to do to make that happen. I don't know.
Pay off your debt. Pay off your debts.
I don't have that much debt left. That's why I'm like,
Huh? You kind of do, though.
Do I?
Hmm?
Where?
1 and 1 makes.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Oh, shit. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Let's call it.
Oh my god.
I clicked the wrong
Oh
one.
my god. He on X Games mode.
I'll save it for when we're leaving.
You're good. I like it. I like those. All right. Final thoughts for the people before we send them on their sweet merry way for a beautiful Friday.
No, I really don't have anything. Happy spooky season. Happy Friday the 13th tomorrow. Don't go to Crystal Lake. Go get your fucking cheap ass tattoos.
It's Friday the 13th. Oh, I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all so much for stopping by. It has been another fantastic, sober Thursday on the Skivvies and Beer podcast. Living that healthy life. We're already at home, so you can't go home. But thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you have a fantastic week, and we will be back better than ever live next Thursday on the Skivvies and Beer podcast. Toodles.